Hello, Nova Nation, and welcome back to Cats on the Court, our first episode here of 2025. I'm David Szscepanski.
I'm Nathan Mathur.
And I'm Madison Hodges.
Now, things do look a little different here from our last episode, as Victoria graduated a month ago, Stephen with an internship, but great to be joined by Nathan and Madison. How was your break, guys? How are you doing? Really excited to get back going here with Cats on the Court.
It was a nice break, rejuvenating, got to spend time with the family, eat some good food, but I'm glad to be back on campus and talking Villanova basketball again.
My break was great as well. Nice warm weather back at home. Got to hang out with family, eat great food, and now we're back here at Villanova's campus.
I know last time before our Christmas break, we did an episode with Victoria where we talked about our favorite Christmas foods, and I talked way too much about food. So I'm just going to move on and get straight to Villanova basketball. The Wildcats, of course, our men's basketball episode here. Villanova started off January excellent. I mean, they won their first 3 games, had a comeback win, 22-1 run against Butler. Of course, the win against UConn as well. But guys, in the last 5 games, they've lost 4 of the last 5 to close out the month of January. Let's kind of do, a state of the team. How are you guys feeling as a team heads into February with the first matchup of the month tomorrow, February 1st against Creighton?
I'll be honest, I think the path to March right now comes to the Big East tournament after these recent losses to Georgetown. Even the close win against Providence doesn't look that great. And the loss against Marquette, which is one I'm not too upset about because Cam Jones, fantastic player, Ben Gold, that's a great team who's probably going to go very deep in the tournament. But I feel decent against Creighton. They are a fast-paced team, so we're going to need to control the tempo of that game, absolutely. And we're really going to need to put a serious winning streak together for these quad 1, quad 2 opportunities we have against Marquette and UConn coming up.
Absolutely, yeah. We definitely had that kind of like up and down roller coaster where we'll win 1 and then lose 2. So we definitely need to come out of this little hump that we're having right now. The last 2 games that we've played, it's been a close match. It's never been a blowout. We seem to slow down late in the fourth quarter, which has been the biggest struggle for the team. So that's something that we definitely need to work on, especially since we've hit the halfway mark through the season. And that's something that we need to work on if we want to finish out strong going into Big East playoffs.
Most definitely, and I think you guys both touched on it, but the loss to Georgetown was incredibly difficult for Villanova's chances. A quad 3 game, Georgetown coming into that game on a long losing streak. Villanova, having the lead by about 8 or 9 in the final couple minutes, and then eventually losing that game. But I want to kind of shift focus a little bit. Obviously, I mean, it's more of pessimistic vibes than optimistic right now. But some great individual stats. I mean, you look at Eric Dixon, you look at Jordan Longino, kind of been the unstoppable duo recently. Of course, Muga Poplar had a very good start to January, had the ejection against Georgetown. But what have you guys made? I want to start with Eric Dixon. Right now, 9th all-time in Villanova program scoring history, was able to pass Randy Foye. I mean, Dixon, I think it's obvious, we talk about him a lot, but I mean, he is really, really good.
It can't be understated how proficient Eric Dixon is in the offensive end of the floor. I know his efficiency has fallen down the past couple of games, but the man's going to get 20 almost every time he steps on the floor, which is just incredible, honestly. Leading the country, I believe he's around 24.6 to 24.9 points per game. I expect that to be maintained through February, and I can't say enough about 43.
Eric Dixon is definitely a key player for this team, both offensively and defensively. If you look at his stats from freshman year till now, he's improved tremendously. And if you look ahead to the NBA draft, he definitely has a very good chance of going in the first round of the NBA draft.
And, I mean, he has also built a strong enough lead. I mean, you look at Jamal Mashburn Jr., who is now the 2nd leading scorer in the country. So 2 of the top leading scorers in the country play in the Philadelphia area, which is really cool. But Dixon has about a 2.5 3-point advantage in terms of leading the country. And, you hear a lot of coaches talk about it. I mean, he definitely is going to get a lot of consideration in the NBA draft, definitely going to be in those top rounds. And considering, like you said, Madison, how far he's come since that freshman year, I mean, it's incredibly impressive. So Villanova, they desperately need some victories. They're going to get back on the court. They've had a long time off. I mean, almost a little bit more than a week since they last played against Marquette on Friday. They'll get things going tomorrow, well, actually on Saturday, probably watching this the day of, on Saturday at the Wells Fargo Center in South Philadelphia. 1 p.m. tip-off. WXU will have coverage beginning at 12:30 p.m.
And now we're going to go into the stat of the week with Kareyna.
Hello everyone, I'm Kareyna. The crew just talked about Eric Dixon. Now it's time to get into Jordan Longino. Despite a tough loss, Jordan Longino delivered an outstanding performance, recording a record high of 27 points and 7 assists while shooting 75% at the free throw line against Marquette. Longino's effort kept the team in the game until the final buzzer. Even with defeat, his game was undeniable at the end. Now we will hear from Jordan in an interview about his recent success.
You have shot so well, 54% from the field and 52% from 3 your past 6 games. So what would you attribute that success to?
Well, I think a lot of it's just teammates' confidence. Coaches instilling confidence in me. Obviously, I always try to go out in every game and just have the same mentality as far as being aggressive. Just making sure I'm knocking down my shots. The coaches and my teammates are giving me. But it's just keep the same mindset. It's just confident mentality.
And we also run such a proficient half-court offense, one of the most efficient in the country. And being one of the primary ball handlers in that offense, how do you feel so comfortable and play so smoothly with the ball in your hands?
I think a lot of it's just experience. I'm a fourth-year guy here, been in the system for a while. I think I know what the coaches are asking me to do offensively. Obviously, my teammates make it easier. Eric and Jig and Wooga, the young guys come off the bench, they make it easy. But just being able to use my experience, to my benefit, I think that really helps me out on the court.
And now we're going to go into the Big East standings.
Hello, I'm Annika Veurink, and I'm going to be talking about the Big East standings for our men's basketball program. Currently, their ranking in the season is 5th. Unfortunately, that has been a result from the 12-9 season that they've had so far. It's going to be a tough road ahead, but we're going to keep pushing on, hopefully to work our way up all the way to 1st, who's currently placed by Marquette. Back to the crew.
Thank you, Annika. Talking about the Big East standings, Villanova right now 5th place. And, for the Wildcats trying to chase down really the 3 top 25 teams that are ranked in the conference in Marquette, St. John's, and UConn. Guys, when you look ahead to this month of February, where you have teams coming up, obviously Villanova going to play Creighton tomorrow, not ranked, but still towards the top 3 in the conference. But also they have to play St. John's at home again, going to have to play Xavier as well. What do the Wildcats have to do in this month of February to get back into the March Madness conversation?
I think it's going to take a small miracle to catch St. John's and Marquette, I'll be completely honest, David. And even Creighton now has won 6 in a row at the time of this recording. So what I think we just have to do right now is stay within the top 5 of the Big East to keep that bye and potentially do something like a North Carolina State did last year where they ran the ACC and then get that automatic qualifying bid. Because I don't know right now as an at-large bid, we're 12-9 at the recording, how things are going to look, especially on the bubble for Villanova.
Yeah, tough when you have that 9th loss really on your resume.
100%. And I think what really is going to need to happen is we need to get this win this weekend against Creighton and be able to close out games. That's the big thing that we need to work on.
Yeah, the Wildcats, they have a tough task against Creighton coming up tomorrow, but really just get some quad 1 wins, right? Because that UConn game at home dropped out of quad 1. Same thing with the Cincinnati win. So just try to find a way to pick up some good quad 1 wins because that will boost your resume. As Nathan said, it's very difficult to get an at-large bid when you have 9 losses and you haven't even hit February yet. So it's a tough month ahead for the Wildcats, but hopefully they can pick up some wins, pick up some quad 1 wins, and it starts on February 1st as they'll take on Creighton. I think we all can agree that we all have our different favorite places to eat on campus, but let's hear from the leading scorer in the country, Eric Dixon. Where is his favorite place to eat around campus? Let's hear from Eric now.
On campus, I think it's going to be no surprise here, but Campus Corner has a lot of great things. Shout out Campus Corner.
No surprise there. Eric Dixon going with Camco. Let's start with Annika. We'll work our way down. Favorite places to eat either on campus or around campus?
Well, David, my personal favorite is a very new discovery for me personally. I have been going to Cova for their pizza for a while, but I recently discovered their loaded nachos, and let me just say, it is worth the hype.
My favorite place is the new discovery of V Sushi. They honestly should have a limit on how much I should get because I'm there every single day.
I'm going to go with the Second Story Deli in St. Mary's. Love the variety of the sandwiches and the market in general. Great little spot.
All right, not a hot take at all. I'm coming with Khan. I can't believe it wasn't taken. Bel Air Terrace, Tuesdays, General Tso's Chicken. Probably the best dish that this campus offers, to be completely honest. I mean, it is amazing. Line is always packed, but anything from Bel Air is where I will go. But I think everybody had great answers. Haven't tried the sushi yet.
You should get
Have
on
to
it.
do that
You
soon.
should get on it.
Have you guys tried the sushi? It's pretty new, right? 2 weeks?
Yes.
Everybody here has?
From the Midwest,
I
I've tried
haven't
new
yet.
things.
That place is dangerous, I will say. I could be
really
in there
is.
every day if I had to.
So we want to hear from you guys, the listeners and the viewers at home. So you can send us a video to Villanova TV_sports asking us a question, as we did. Can be about basketball. We would prefer if it was about something general, not to do with basketball. For example, what we talked about today, favorite food to eat either on or around campus. And also, too, it is a chance that we will ask a Villanova basketball player that question as well. So submit your videos, Villanova TV_sports on Instagram, and we'll look forward to watching them. So thanks for tuning in to this episode of Cats on the Court. And as always, go Cats!
Go Cats.
Okay.